Hey, this is Mike and Holly coming at you with Mike and Holly Life.
Hey, so one of the questions we were asked that we loved was, what daily and seasonal traditions and rhythms do you work into your family life? And of course, for different seasons of your life, you're going to have different traditions and you're going to have different rhythms. So we kind of have two answers for you. So the first answer is where we're at now. We've been married 29 years. We have 5 kids. We have one 13-year-old that's homeschooled that's still in the house, and we have 2 kids that are actually in college. And then we have 2 married children that live nearby. So the seasons of this life are a little different than the rhythms and seasons of the life when we were younger. So in this season, we really want to make sure that as our kids are spreading their wings and going away, that we create the opportunity to be in their life still and be in their life in a very positive way. Because oftentimes when they're younger, you're kind of doing all the to-dos and all the don't do's, and sometimes you don't feel like you have a very fun relationship with them. So sometimes they're kind of like wanting to put the distance between you and them. And what we've realized is we had to bring in fun, and we really had to be intentional about that. We need to be their biggest cheerleaders in their life. At this season in their life, there's so many people throwing negative things at them and negative things, that we want to be the people that believe in them, speak life into them, are cheerleading them along. Even when they make mistakes, let's learn from them, pick up and keep going. So at this stage in their life, we are very intentional. We actually have a group text with all of our kids called the Wade Crew, and that is something that keeps us connected really every day. So we might hear something funny or see something that reminds us of them, and we'll send it to them, and they'll send it to each other. And somebody's doing something silly or goofy, they'll send a goofy picture. Sometimes we'll get a goofy picture at midnight of somebody like snoring and fun things like that in their life. And so oftentimes we'll be like, hey, we're going to the movies Friday night. Anybody who wants to come, we'd love for you to come. And then all of a sudden we find all of our kids and their spouses at the movies with us. We also purposefully have a Sunday night dinner. It doesn't happen all the time because we travel so much, but we try to be very intentional that once a week we get together and we bring our kids that have moved out and their spouses back into our home or out to dinner or to do something fun.
So we bribe them with food.
So of course, and I'm not a great cook, so sometimes we have to bribe them with takeout or take them out to dinner or something like that. And I'll admit, at this stage in life, we can afford some things. So it's at a stage where we can say, hey, let's go to the movies together. So we're creating fun activities. We also go on vacation with our kids once a year where we invite them to come. We just got back from Nashville. We rented a lake house so they all could come together. Can't wait till we have grandbabies, which will be pretty soon within the year, to add to that. So that's how we do the seasons and rhythms of this stage of life that we're in. And Mike's going to share how we did that in the younger years.
Yeah, when they're younger, obviously you're so busy. You're just trying to figure out parenting, right? And you're working, and there's babies, and you have to get very intentional about carving out consistent time. What we found out about our kids is when we were consistent, they got into patterns and rhythms, and they actually enjoyed that. They tell us now all the time how much they miss those times. But if you don't get intentional about it, probably what's going to happen is you won't get it done. Okay, so I knew for us, most nights we had a family devotional night, which is where we brought everyone together before bed, and I might play the guitar, we might sing a little song, a worship song or something, and then we'd have a little Bible passage or something, or we might just talk about what God's doing in their life. It didn't take a long time, but it was a consistent time where we put God right back in the center after a long day of craziness, and they might have drove mom crazy or whatever. And so we had to get God in the center and a lot of grace and forgiveness.
Get God in here.
And just thank God at the end of the day for all He's given us. And so that was a nightly occasion. We generally have dinner at the table every single night, unless there was a baseball thing that we're going out. That was our given, is dinner at the table and no electronics. Of course, when our kids were little, we didn't have a lot of electronics.
Yeah, it's different now.
So you have to even get more intentional, but we didn't want our kids looking down at this. We wanted looking at each other and conversing and walking through the day together. We would have a family night a lot of times. One night a week was movie night. Yeah. So we might, one of the kids could pick what movie we try to share, because we have older, younger. You have to be really just compromising if you can. But it's really just coming together and having a good time one night out of the week.
We'd make popcorn and make it special, make it a very fun night too.
Yeah, and a lot of talking, that's good too. And so, and one practice that we're very strict on, and that was for us too, because we're very busy, we own businesses, is that we would be in the house more nights than out of the house. Yeah. We wanted to make sure out of 7 nights, 4 nights we were going to be in for our kids doing one of these things, or at least just being together, so that we weren't so crazy busy all the time that our kids didn't even know what the house looked like at night.
Yeah.
And so that was very intentional for us because we wanted to have a balanced, stable home life for our kids. They always knew where home base was, and that's why I think it's easier for us to get them home now.
Yeah.
They know this is their home base. This is a safe place for them.
Yeah. And of course, they were involved in lots of extracurricular activities because 5 kids, they wanted to be in baseball, they wanted to be in dance, they wanted to be in all those things. So we limited those as well. We basically said everybody could pick one. If it was a daughter, she might have been in dance, another one might have been in baseball, one did drumming, but they couldn't be in multiple things because the truth is we wanted to be the biggest influence in their life. They were involved in so many different things that we wanted to make sure that we were getting that time with them by making sure at home there were enough nights that we actually get to speak into their life. So making that happen at dinner time, making that happen family devotions, and we didn't beat ourselves up when we didn't do it. I mean, there were definitely weeks that we got crazy and busy, but we always came back. We need to at least have this family devotion like 3 times out of the week. We'd shoot for every night, but even if it was 3 times out of the week, we felt good about it. And honestly, if you ask our kids today, that was some of the things that really made them feel secure, safe, and stable. So just watch your family. You can feel the rhythms as teenage years and youth group and they start dating and all those things. You do have to change it up. But one thing I would definitely say is if you want to have a great relationship with them when they are out of the home, make sure you're really intentional about making it fun. Because sometimes we can get so busy trying to direct them and teach them and train them that we forget to celebrate them.
Make it fun, make it celebratory, and make it always family inclusive. If one kid's out at a baseball game, the Wade family's out at the baseball game. Everybody's celebrating each other. Everybody's together. It's who we are. We're the Wade crew. And that's how we always did it.
Yeah, so to learn more, we're going to tell you even more in depth about the family devotions, a little more in depth about family night and all that stuff. Keep watching and subscribe to MikeandHollyLife.com and follow us on Instagram.
See you later.